Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, Doing Life with Tina. In my previous episode, I was talking about starting, I was talking about the importance to start, the understanding that as a human being, you have been given the capacity to reproduce, to produce more. Success is part of your identity, success is part of your um, DNA. Let's just say it like that. When you were born to be a creature that produces. So in every idea, it's about you producing. It's about you getting results in that area. What happens in life, that is not mostly the reality. And recently, I've been asking myself the question of what stops people from getting started in life. What stops people? Because most people have ideas. I have spoken to people who've had brilliant, amazing ideas, but they remained just that, ideas. They never started. Now, I'm going to take you through the journey of my life as a student at Columbia University, my journey on taking the leap of faith, even though I was in a place where I did not expect to see myself at an Ivy League school, but I found myself here. So, how did I get here? I'll be sharing tidbits of the steps I took. I will share with you the behind scene to success. What did I do to bring me here? Now, these are things that maybe most people are not gonna tell you, or they're not gonna bring out and say. These are things that you have done before people have seen that you got into that school, you got into that job, you started that business. The one key thing that I'm going to share with you today, like again, I'll be bringing in more episodes that will pick up from where I start. But in this one, I'm going to, since we're in the topic of starting, I'm going to begin from what gave me the idea of coming to school or furthering my journey. I want you to understand that I was at a point where, to most people's definition of success, they would have said that I have been successful in a way, in terms of my career, in terms of school. I was working for UNS, a joint program on HIV and AIDS. It was a very good position. I was managing a project called Fast Track Cities Project, where I was working with the city council. You know, it was a very good position. And I happened to be the only girl and the youngest in a group of old men. And these are men who had achieved a lot in their lives. They had master's degree, but I was able to join in that team. And this was a time for me of learning and reflecting and just looking at everything. And at this time, I had just graduated with a postgraduate diploma in environmental health with credit. It was a peak in my life where I'd say, ooh, I made it, yay. You know, I got my postgrad diploma. I'm now working for the UN. Who doesn't want to do that at such a young age? You know, I would have been satisfied with that. But I looked at my career and I looked at where I wanted to be. You know, there were limiting factors. For example, if I want to apply for an international job, that required me to have certain qualifications, and not only qualifications, it required me to have international exposure. It required me to have gone to a well-known school, because those are the things that they mark, those are the things that they grade when they're employing you. So those were limiting for me. So what did I do? First, I needed to assess my life and see what is a limiting factor for my next level. What is limiting me for achieving that goal? After that analysis, I started working on what I need to do. So I realized, whoa, I need to get into an international school, and not just any other school, but a well-known school. At that point, when I look at Harvard and all those other schools, it seemed like it was so far-fetched. It looked like it was something that I could not achieve, you know, but I needed to get there, because that was the direction of my dreams. That was the direction of my hope. That's where I saw myself going. So I went back and did a background search. Who in Malawi has gone to an Ivy League school. You know, what do they do? What are the steps? And I'm not going to remove the fact that I had to put it into prayer. That is a very important aspect. But I went into that and I started engaging people, finding out what they did, where have they gone to school, what are the steps they took. I was lucky enough that as I was going through this process, I came across a certain friend of mine that we went to school together. And she told me about Columbia University and how she got in. She shared so many aspects, different things to look out for, which I'll be sharing in my next video. But the aim of today is starting, so I'll stick to the script. So anyway, after I spoke with her, she shared with me about her journey. I found out more. She was like, okay, wait, I'll let you know when the line is open, like when we have new applications coming in, then I'll let you know. Like, this was a year before and she stayed quiet. For some people, they would have given up, but that's not what I did. I went into researching about the school. I went into their site to find out what kind of programs do they offer and how do I align to them. Which of the programs align to my interests, and not only that, but align to what I do, so that it gives me an advantage in terms of experience. It gives me an advantage in terms of what I will bring to contribute in a class. And I did my research, including asking people what kind of questions they ask, you know, in applications. How did they attempt those questions? And I drafted that into my own kind of like experience and started engaging with the content, finding out what is the school about, what are their focus, what are the students they look for, what are their interests, you know. What I got to understand is that school websites have a lot of information. They have everything you need for you to have a successful application. Coupled with finding out from more people, understanding what school you're going to and how it aligns to the experience you have and what you can bring to the table and your dreams is very, very important, because it's about building that gives you advantage into being selected. This is just a nutshell of what I wanted to share. I think I'll be sharing more in the next episode, but one thing is for sure. If you're in Malawi or in any African country or in any country that's mostly underrepresented in the spaces, already that is an advantage for you. Because when they are selecting, they look into those things. So I'll be sharing more in how you can use those things to your advantage, sort of like coming from Malawi, coming from a country that maybe it's underrepresented, it's an advantage. I can give you an example of myself. So right now I'm at Columbia University School of International and Public Affairs. The time I was applying, there was someone who was from Malawi too at that time. But when I was talking to them, they were the only Malawian at School of International and Public Affairs at that time. Now I come in the fall, and guess what? I'm the only Malawian at School of International and Public Affairs. I've gone around, I've gone to student affairs, I've gone to career advancement to find out if there's any Malawian, but there's no Malawian at my school. And it is an error. For me, that was an error, and that's why I'm sharing these videos, and I'll be sharing and unpacking more, because I believe that this year is a year where more people need to get into the schools. More people need to know what are the steps. These are things that, you know, you have to do more research into it, but you have an advantage because I already did that research, and I'll be sharing more of my experience, and I hope that it will be of advantage as you do your search as well. It will aid in your journey for school searching and make it easier for you than it was for me. So thank you for being here, and watch out for more episodes. Thank you.